let's talk about the royals, because what's happened this week, right? We've had the Prince Andrew, Chinese spy, that thing. Had Kate sort of going back to work. Don't know if you noticed that. We had Kate Middleton and Prince William also in the news, I think, in the last couple of days. They are apparently in the process of preparations to become king and queen, and, quote, sooner than expected. Sooner rather than later, they will become king and queen, and preparations have already begun. So, make of that what you will, right? I mean, like, I heard a rumor a while back, right, when all of the Where's Kate stuff was kicking off. I heard a rumor that King Charles, his cancer, not to be confused with Fergie's cancer or Kate's cancer, Charles's cancer is actually pretty fucking bad, is what I heard on the grapevine. Like, the prognosis for King Charles's situation, which is why they don't talk about it openly. Like, normally the royals are all about, their health problems, shine a light on it, give it more exposure, get people talking about it. This is kept under wraps. Nobody's talking about what is going on in the king's arsehole. And so then when I read stories like this, I'm like, well, that sounds to me like they he's on the way out, don't they? Right? And so, yeah, then it makes sense. It makes sense to start putting these two through the rigorous training that they will need to complete in order to become the most pampered benefit scroungers in modern fucking history. So, I mean, I'm sorry, am I sorry? When Chaz does eventually pop his clogs, yes, it will be sad. That will be a sad moment for some of you. It'll be sad for, mostly for like contracted daytime television talent is who it's actually going to be sad for, because they will immediately see their bookings dry up and vanish as literally every single British cable and terrestrial channel wipe their listings. And they all switch over to Mourning. That coverage that just lasts like 2, 3, 4 weeks solid. There'll be Nicholas Witchell out on the mall. Or Mal, isn't it? With some bow-tied fucking Daily Mail, Telegraph correspondent. They'll be flicking between the studio and the outside broadcast. And Witchell will be like, he'll be interviewing these pathetic, radicalized morons for days. A group of people who look like they look like they've gone directly from the bingo to the boot sale. Like, exactly the kind of person that I'm talking about, right? Like, camped out there on the Mall in their deck chairs and Rain Max. You have all of these people on Vox Pops, these indoctrinated lunatics out on the Mall who have camped out for days to pay their respects because one of the leeches and lizards on high have brainwashed me, and I just want to say thanks now that he's died. And everything for weeks will just be black and somber and stage managed to the T, to the nines. It'd be the same as when Prince Philip died. It'll be the same as when the Queen died. Like, the only thing that will be surprising or different this time is there will be no Schofield pushing in to get to the front of the queue for the body, and there'll be no Hugh fucking Edwards doing the presentation. Oh, how times change, Aid. Like, I'm sorry if all that sounds, callous or uncaring. Like I'm supposed to be in tears about him dying. Like, if he did. No. Like, I always said, like, my attitude to it is like, I feel sorry for the person's kids, but my attitude is always like, look, I will shed the same amount of tears over this person dying as they would if I got hit by a bus. Like, how is that for fair? Could you think of a fairer approach to do this with? Like, you couldn't, could you? I think that's fair. Like, I saw a post yesterday, guys, I saw a post yesterday where they were like, a memorial for the late Queen Elizabeth II is in consideration and the public have been asked for their suggestions as to what they think would be a fitting memorial piece for the blessed Queen Elizabeth II. Lilibet, oh goodness gracious, she's no longer with us, but she's always in our hearts. What would a perfect, fitting memorial piece be for Queen Elizabeth II? And I was like, I don't know, like, how about a headstone with a name tag and a serial number on it? Like, how about that? Just a bog standard grey headstone with a name tag and a serial number. That's fine. I think that's fitting. You know, just like the one that she gave to her cousins. I don't know if you're familiar with this story. It's really fucked up. I mean, here I am worrying that I might come across as uncaring or callous. This bitch was fucking... She had these inbred, mentally challenged cousins who the firm deemed imbeciles, and they had them institutionalized in a full-on loony bin and unacknowledged, cut off. And even when they fucking died, they just buried them anonymously with the headstone, the name tag, and a serial number. Just cold-hearted, cunty behaviour, you know? Oh, how should we memorialise Lilibet? I don't know, like, how about a fountain? You know, how about a big old water feature where a graftless billionaire literally pisses on those who are less fortunate? How about that? Could we do that? You know, what's the budget like for this? Is that achievable? Is that fitting for you? Maybe we could have a little Roman cherub, you know, up there. Maybe a little Roman cherub next to her. Except it would be like a sort of sculpture of a 15-year-old girl trying to fly away from a stone Prince Andrew sculpture. Like, is that too much? Or is that fitting? Is there enough budget, you know, in this memorial for Queen Elizabeth II? God bless her. Forever in our hearts. Is there enough budget in this memorial piece to get a sort of entry barrier, maybe? You know, you're going up to see the water fountain, the feature or whatever. Is there enough to install an entry barrier to prevent you getting in unless you insert your tax money? And then you get to see it go down this tube. Just go down the tube, and then it goes into the water feature, the fountain thing, and then at the bottom of the fountain, it's like a toilet, and you get to see your tax money circle and disappear down the fucking toilet. Could we do that? Is that fitting? Just